Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the Truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my lovers, haters, triggers, peaches, commenters, and scallywags. I want to welcome you to my channel. I want to put this in here. I'm just coming in from playing tennis, and I got a busy day today, so let me see if I can get this video here posted. What I want to talk to you a little bit about, I was watching some videos. Uh, Paul Old Dog New Tricks, pow. And I was also watching Sunshine Shoulders, pow. And although I haven't spoke on these two in a while, or especially Sunshine Shoulders, every now and then, uh, I do kind of listen to I listened to his contents this morning, and Paul O'Donnell Tricks talked about finances, which is financing is always a touchy subject with me because uh, I've told you 100 times, I have no respect for money, and when I moved to the Philippines here, I moved with just $500 in my pocket, and 2 weeks before my next uh, uh, paycheck, I guess you might say. So, my being able to budget is something that has always, been a thorn in my side because, number one, I hate math, and number two, being able to keep a steady record, it always runs afoul after I start it, and then eventually, I don't continue it. And Paul was talking about being able to budget off of 1,500 a month or something like that. I think that's all he gets or whatever like that, and he's able to do it. You know, it's I guess it's easy to to live within that small amount of money if you and your partner, which is the beautiful baby May. I mean, I mean, my God, she kept me watching the whole video, just watching her, and uh, how he budgets, pays 400 a month rent and electricity and all that stuff, and he's able to keep everything down, what have you. Where me, on the other hand, I get a lot more than that. I mean, I go to, I'm ashamed to say, but I go well over close to 200,000 a month, pesos. That's close to like $4,000 U.S. money each month off of my existence. And a lot of people might think, well, that's crazy, Gerard. How, how can you blow that much money in the Philippines? Man, let me tell you. It just, it's like Prince says, you boil it all up and it just flies away. And it's not like I'm living an extravagant lifestyle or something like that. But I know my home. I live in a 5-bedroom house, which is kind of huge, and it cost me about 400. It cost me 25 25,000 pesos a month, and actually 22,000 pesos a month, which is $450 a month. Have you figured out either? But my electricity runs me too anywhere from about 17 to 20,000 a month, which is almost like paying double rent. And it's hard to I can't you know um, uh, uh, restrict anyone from using electricity or feel the need to, because if I have it, I pay it. It's just that simple. At the beginning of the month, I pay all my bills, and then pace everything from that point on. I give Mia has an allowance, and then whatever comes up comes up. But I know being able to save money, I have been able to these past few months. That has been, quite surprising to me. But then, because I've been a lot more, um, restricted in my own personal spending of things. You know, I don't have the need to travel anywhere. I don't have the desire to, to go to another island or island hopping or, go to resorts and look at the white sand beaches and all that stuff. Like I said before, if you see one white sand beach, you see them all. If you've been at one resort, you've been to them all. Like if you're going on I've been on several cruises, so I have no desire to go on cruises or anything like that. But, you know, then I got dogs that are also are pretty expensive to take care of and what have you. So it's you know it's goes, I guess, which is the best way of saying it. It just goes. Sure, I like to eventually, buy some land, for me and Duchess and her boys, to in case something happens to me, I want her to be self-containing. I want to be able to have something that she can call her own. So I told Mia that after we've been married for 2 years, then we'll start saving, for looking for land, or I start thinking about looking for land, to buy, which is very scary, because you don't know who to trust and whatever like this. And the thing about doing business with Filipinos, and they're going to be scammed or whatever. Even if it's someone walking up to you on the street, or you're doing some type of transaction. What works for me is, I immediately befriend them. You know, if someone's selling something, whatever, I put my arm, hey amigo, what's up? I speak some some of the language or whatever, and it breaks down that barrier of foreigner to Filipino, where, they might think, okay, I got to get him. And then I'm thinking, foreigners thinking, well, he's not going to get over me, with those type of things. And so you have to break that down to get to a more, comfortable, level of eye to eye with him, to really get the best deals from him. And that's what I do, and I find doing business with Filipinos to be very easy. I'm not a sucker, so I don't have to worry about that. But in other words, if I'm taking a tricycle and I have to go somewhere, and you know, uh, you know, uh, and I know the normal ride is probably about 20 pesos to go where where I got to go, or whatever, like this. And or if I have a dog with me, who when I walk and I get tired to take a trike, on home, and then they say, well, how much you pay? And I said, how much I pay? I give you 100 pesos. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. So that way you have to worry about nothing. I mean, you're going to get paid. I'm going to pay you 5 times as much as what you normally would do for the trip. So, just let's just travel in comfort. The travel while you smiling the whole way, taking me where I got to go, because you're going to get paid. And, and that's how, I kind of do things. I don't mind overpaying. I don't mind giving them a little more. And sometimes if I'm talking and we're able to talk and got a nice conversation, that's about his family, I might get out and I might give him a 500 peso, tip, which is $10 tip, something like this, because I want to make a difference. You see, I know me, I give away a lot of money, and I do it happily, and everybody who I do business with in the Philippines, whether somebody pumping gas in my scooter or in the car, whatever, I tip them. If I'm going to spend 1,000 pesos in gas, I say, look, give me 980 pesos in gas, knowing I'm going to give them 20 pesos or something like that. And I do that because, I want, I want the pleasantry of being a foreigner, who, they enjoy doing business with. So when they see me, I kind of think that I get top notch service from them because they know I tip them, which is all right, you know. So to feel that, I'm a foreigner, no, I'll argue with them or debate them or something on the prices that they have. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so my my budgeting is is none. You know what I'm saying? So all I can do is make sure that by the time the end of the month come, if I wanted to, I can pay my rent ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? And to me, when I get to that point at the end of the month, if I have money, in my bank account where I can do that, well, I'm a happy camper. To me, that spells that I've done well. You know what I'm saying? So sure, eventually, I like to start creating a nest egg, because like I said, I want to start thinking about buying land, probably around September, when September rolled around. And now that we have the new car, I got wait till that kicks in, and so I can see how the financial thing runs then. So I'm very pleased about that. Now, I was so Paul made me think about financing and saving and living on a smaller budget. But like I said, I got two growing boys, and have Dutches now, and every now and then, me as family might come by, and do some work, and so it's really all I can do is make sure that they have food to eat. Me, I'm not a food person, so I don't have to worry about buying steaks and all that stuff and putting in the freezer. I don't need to do that because that's not me. So, but anyway, and another thing that when I was listening to Sunshine Shoulders, he was talking uh, uh, about three things, or some things you have to watch out for, when you're coming to the Philippines, that they don't tell you about, or whatever. And the three things about women or whatever like this. Let me say this off the top. If you might come here, escaping, the battle axe that you were with, or
You find out.
Why don't you get your ragged ass up and go home?
Hey, son of a bitch, I'm as much home here as you are.
No, you're not.
Well, you
I
find
beg
out.
your damn
Well,
pardon.
whose goddamn name's on the deed?
Mine and yours.
But mine is first.
I don't give a fuck if it's
Listen at him, boy.
first,
Listen at him.
second, third, or whatever.
Listen,
I
listen,
put
listen.
my damn eyes out.
Who the hell wants you out, you crazy thing? Boy,
I hate you.
I know that. I know
hate
that.
you.
Why don't you shoot me, son of a
I
bitch?
would if it wasn't for going to jail.
Well, hell, they wouldn't even have you in jail.
or just not having any success, or with women, or not knowing how to handle them. Me personally, I know girls. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I come from a long line of players. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I want in a woman. You know, I know what your job is here for me. You know what I'm saying? And I've said it over and over again. Your job is simply to make sure that I have pussy on tap. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want. Now, as long as I got that, then you got the world. You're fulfilling your obligation for me. Like I said, if you have a Filipino girl, if you're not hitting her every day or every other day, 3 days should pass without tapping that ass. It's just that simple. If you can agree to that, then you know what? Your life is going to be good. Your life is going to be very good. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as I'm happy, you're happy. And yeah. So I don't anticipate tricks or games or trying to get over on me or something like this, or whatever like this. No, no, no. I'm too much of a player to have to fall into something like that. I know a lot of them, talking about, oh, they file cases against you, whatever like this. Man, women are going to be women all over the world. If they want to put your ass in a flim flam, they can. You can get paranoid and start having some type of broad guy clearance on any girl you get with. Run her name through the database and see if she's got a record of doing stuff like that, if you're that paranoid about it. But yeah, I don't think a lot of foreigners are go that far. I mean, it's like what you see is what you get. But you have to know how to manage, control your woman. You know, I can't say it, any better than that. You know, as far as I mean, like I could sit and I could pour my whole heart out. You know, I could talk about what how the future's going to be. How wonderful our life is going to be like this, and after it's all said and done, do you understand what I said? And the response is, no, what did you say? And it's like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? I can't repeat all that again. So for those of you who are coming over here, or or who want to come over here, and as far as looking for the right girl, or making sure that the girl's right for you, I mean, I don't want to say it's buyer beware, but you have to know what it is that you want. You have to know what what you want from her. If you want a girl that that if she starts off with you giving you showers, while you doing your nails and toenails and all that stuff, and putting a bib on you, like this, well, then 6 months later she still should be doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not like once you get her and then she stops doing those things. Well, then it's like, hey, yeah, what's up? What's up? I know when me and I got together, we used to like getting drunk. You know what I'm saying, like this. But then she stopped. She stopped drinking. And then it's like, hey, wait a minute, what happened to my drinking partner? But then I can understand it. If it's not for her, it's not for her. But I don't want to force her to do something that she don't want to do. But then the main thing is that I'm in control. You know, this is my castle. I came here to live like a king. I didn't come over here, hey, to be taken advantage of. And those suckers out there who are getting taken advantage of by Filipinas, or I don't care, or girls from anywhere. You know, what can I tell you, man? What can I tell you? You know, life here in the Philippines is very simple. It's very simple. Those of you who argue and fight and hey, about Facebook, or about texting and all that stuff. I mean, you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to have that kind of hassle. Once now look, don't get me wrong. When I first came into the Philippines, yeah, I had one girl, and then I found out that she was married and like this and whatever. And after that, I ran the field. I mean, let me tell you, man. Hey, I try to do as many Filipinas as I can. You know what I'm saying? Because now I was free to do that, and I ran through them, baby boy. Let me tell you, I ran through them. You know, but then it got to a point where it's that I know I'm a one woman man, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a one woman guy. You know what I'm saying? And so once I made up my mind that I wanted to settle down, and I want to have one woman to for myself, then I made the choice. And those who are talking about women who have kids and all that stuff. I told you when I came here, I wanted the woman to have children. She couldn't have no more than two, and they couldn't have been over the age of 10 years old. Why? Because at that age, you still are able to have a strong bond with him and build a strong bond with him. And I have done that successfully with my two boys. And so plus, a woman having children is an anchor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not gonna, go away and for 2 or 3 days and leave her kids with you. She's not. She's gonna be home. That was also part of the strategy too. You understand? And my strategy worked just fine for me, man. I'm happy. Yeah, is it perfect? Hell no, not by a long way. Does she love me? Hell no. She don't love me. You know what I'm saying? But then but I show her I love her. I show her how I show her love by providing for her. Something that she's never had before. She's never had no one to provide for her, take care of her, give her things, whatever she wants. And that gesture, she knows that I care about her. You know, and do I ever want to think it's going to grow to where she's going to come throw her arms around me and say, "Oh, Gerard, I love you so much." No, I'd be delusional trying to look for that day to come. It's not. Now she's giving me my daughter. And that is more important to me than anything else. So I'm happy. You know, those of you who are coming to the Philippines and you hear them get scammed and guys get burned and all that stuff because you come here, and then the worst thing you do is that you try to get a chick that's out of your lane. A chick that, it's funny, sure, you probably get something that probably knows, more of the Western way of life than anything else, and that's a big mistake. Like Paul said, you get a girl and it's like dealing with an 8-year-old all day. You know what I'm saying? But then it has its benefits, man. It has its benefits. Dealing with someone who you have to teach, you know, who you have to show them things, the simplest things, you know, and and when it comes to you to ask you things, you know, you smile to yourself. Here, come here, let me show you, and that's a wonderful thing when you can teach too, you know. So anyway, I just want to throw this up here and just kind of give you my opinion on a couple of videos I saw. Man, let me tell you, don't let nobody tell you, you know, you know, what to look out for or whatever like this. If someone gonna scam you, whatever. Man, come on now, man. You come here, man, and you live like a king. Know how you want to live your life. And know how know what type of woman you want before you even come here. You know, know what it is you want her to bring to the table. You know, you know, and then you decide from there. One thing Paul said that when he went to the States, he left Baby May with 100,000 in the bank, and when he came back after 2 weeks, she only spent 7,000 pesos out of the money. Now that's you know that's pretty admirable on her part. Not because she didn't know what to do with it, it's just that there's just no need. There's some women that you leave 100,000 with, and in 2 weeks it'll be gone. I told you what happened when I gave someone 80,000, no, 60-something thousand pesos, that budget, and in 3 days she came back and gave me the money and said, "Look, Gerard, I can't handle your money." I said, "Okay, well, how much you got?" She said, 11,000. 11,000 out of 65,000 pesos. Ooh. I said, "Baby girl, you really balled me," but there's nothing I could do about it because it was my fault. It was my fault giving that much money to someone who never in their life had that much money, and probably people took advantage of her. But anyway, I chalked it off, you know, learned my lesson. All right, so this is Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect others towards them. And sometimes, you're the only one to see your vision. And the best reason in life is to live good. I'm living good today. Hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Holly Woodson, former lead singer of Temptation, with some, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. Okay, let me get this video posted because I got things I got to do. I love you like a love song, baby. I'll talk to you later. Peace.